Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Got your beer.
Following the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn!
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Relationships are life. If you look at life, all it really is relationships. We have a relationship with ourselves. We have a relationship with other things. We have a relationship with other people. That's what life is. So obviously, for us to feel safe in life, we have to feel free from harm in our relationships. But the reality is, most of us have no idea how to create a safe relationship.
She said it. Most of us don't know how to create a safe relationship. What is it? A safe relationship is when your partner makes you feel valued and valuable. When was the last time you made your man feel valued and valuable? And vice versa. That's a safe space. A safe space is when a safe relationship, right? Where there is a safe space, emotional safety. A person can truly be themselves without risk of judgment, right? In these types of relationships, you can show your weaknesses without being taken advantage of. Can you do that in your current relationship? Right? You can share bodily, right? And express yourself freely. Like, y'all, your sex life would be more open if there's a sense. Do you know how important emotional safety is to cultivating intimacy? And I'm not just talking about sexually. I'm talking about across the board. Okay, let me put it this way. Creating a safe space for intimate relationship, the byproduct of it would be you feel seen, heard, and understood. How many of you feel seen, heard, and understood in your relationships? A safe space is where your significant other honors what is important to you. Right? In this relationship, you guys share personal information. Right? In a emotionally safe relationship, you can ask your partner for space when you need time alone, and everything is golden. Huh? In order to create a safe space, you have to learn how to be an active listener. You've got to practice transparency because it's going to go back and forth. You understand? In a relationship that has emotional safety also has this little caveat called give your partner the benefit of the doubt. You guys foster accountability and follow through. You do what you say you're going to do. I can trust this person. I can rely on this person. And I'm going to say this outright right now because somebody said it in the chat room, and I'm going to say it again. Listen, therapy is always golden if you want to have a healthy relationship. Go do it. Ghetto Gourmet just said grace. Absolutely, brother. Practice grace in relationship. That's giving each other the benefit of the doubt, right? Practicing grace. We're talking about it. What weekly or monthly rituals must we engage in order to keep our relationship strong? You could do singles therapy. You could do couples therapy. You could do them both. But I do know for a fact we practice negative things that we have modeled, that we have been conditioned to do, and we are re-traumatizing ourselves, and we haven't had a break from our negative modeling. And all I'm saying is, can we counterbalance it? Right? Where we sit down and create a safe space for humanity. You hear me say this all the time. Because we haven't learned how to cultivate a safe space, we can't be the human beings we both are. And human beings are inherently flawed. Human beings are works in progress. Human beings come with baggage. Human beings come with problems. You cannot date a piece of me. You got to date all of me or nothing at all. You got to marry all of me or nothing at all. And whether you choose me or somebody else, you're still choosing a work in progress with another set of issues. We have to cultivate a safe space in order for our relationship to evolve, to grow, to expand. Here we go. We got callers. Let's get them in here. Who's been on the longest? Sean, Oakland, California. Get in here.
Hey, Brother Zoe. So what a wonderful conversation. So, I mean, I agree with you on everything you're talking about. You know, what I would like to add to it, if I could, is number one, children, right? So when children are in the equation, because I'm older and I have children, they have to have their safe space too. And as a couple, I don't care if you're getting along or not, you've got to put everything aside as a couple and understand that children need their safe space first and foremost. That would mean you're really being good parents, because all the trials and tribulations that you do as a couple, right? Because you're always going to have crap come down the line. You're always going to have crisis. Everyone's going to have crisis, whether you have money or not money. Let me just tell you, it doesn't matter. But that way you understand your priorities. And so make sure the children are taken care of first, and make sure as parents, when there is that breakdown, that huge breakdown of communication, that you communicate with one another and you repair it. You repair it, because we all make mistakes of saying something that hurts someone else. And when you want to have that person next to you for a long period of time, and you're going through crisis with your children, and you're doing all that thing, make sure that you show that you have the ability to repair a communication breakdown. That shows that you really care about the teamwork and you care about the relationship.
I love it, brother. I love it. I love it. Sean from Oakland, California. You brought the town in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on complete fire. And, of course, I've got to get back to the callers. Let's get them in here. There's so many people they want to talk about it. Let's get Truemonger from Dallas, Texas. Truemonger, let's go.
Yes, sir.
Talk to me, man. What are your thoughts?
Some men struggle with the safe space because maybe they never experienced one, or they really don't have a clue what it might look like. So they have to figure it out. They go, myself included, I failed quite a few times trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
You always be open to listening, wanting your partner to be open, but yet you may still struggle with that. And if you explain that to them, they may not get it. So you work on yourself, work on trying to open up, be more, have more effective communication and whatnot, and they pay it no mind. They keep bursting it off, and after a while, you feel like you're not being heard, they're not paying attention to what you're saying. So I know in my case, on a couple of occasions, I was just internalize stuff. And after a while, I just really didn't talk much. I was still opening and listening to them, but once it got to the point where I knew they weren't listening to me, I just didn't talk that much.
Mm. So you just withdrew altogether. True?
Close to it. Not completely, but close to it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, True. I don't know. Was that a self-protective thing? Just say, I'm not going to talk. You're not listening. You don't value me. You didn't feel seen or heard.
Yeah. At least that's how I saw it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I felt at the time, because I'm like, what am I being vulnerable for if you're just going to dismiss it? I always put the focus on you as if we're not in this together.
Well, were they trying to dismiss you, or maybe they just didn't have the capacity? Maybe they just didn't have the ability to answer you at the time.
It could have been that.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been that. And, you try to get that grace, try to get that time to see what it really is, and it just never got to that point where it got figured out. Or it will get figured out after each one of us had moved on. It will just come back around and actually listen to each other without being in each other's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So that after a while, that can get frustrating. So I can understand why some men are not concerned with the safe space, because they may have been pushed to the point where they really don't care about that. But to me, you shouldn't just completely dismiss it.
No, I got you, brother.
Especially if your partner is trying and they're still learning. It's like you're still learning. You gotta give each other some grace.
Okay.
If y'all really want to work it out.
Y'all better listen to True. Go ahead, True. Go ahead.
Well, some people just are just together because they don't want to be alone. They're not really trying to grow as individuals while they're together. They just happy to have somebody.
So they're there for companionship. They're not there for self-realization or growing or expanding consciously.
Yeah, or convenience.
Ooh, heavy stuff. True Monger, you brought Dallas, Texas in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call us at 1-800-920-1580. True Monger just cooked with the rarest grease. What kind of grease you cooking with? I want to know when we come forward.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look, and unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at the gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
Escalade IQ. This the intro to the all-electric Cadillac, perfection like zoom. And on a full charge, you get 450 miles without the stop. Haiku. This is what I do. Daddy fat intellect since 92. Linked all the way back, panoramic roof. Come with 24-inch rim standard. Ooh, why? Shawty don't kill him. Cadillac diamond in the back, cold chillin'. And when I'm on attack, on the track is no ceiling. Sky's the limit. You hear me? Straight drop, no parachutes. Lay lines like a longitude and latitude. Deal it, beloved, clearly we're hustling. Bussin', truckin'. Cadillac, Cadillac, Cadillac.
For more on the Escalade IQ, visit Cadillac.com. Available late 2024. GM estimate 450 mile range. On a full charge based on development testing and/or analytical projection. Consistent with SCHA 1634 revision 2017 MCT. Range subject to change prior to production. Annual rates may vary based on service factors, including ambience temperature, terrain, battery age, and condition loading, and how you use and maintain your vehicle.
The Dell Technologies Back to School event is on, with deals on top tech for class, hobbies, and more. Now, when you buy, you support a cause. With every eligible purchase, Dell will donate to UNICEF in support of GIGA, a UNICEF ITU global initiative to connect schools across the globe to the internet. Accidental damage protection included. Get rare deals on select laptops and desktops powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Save now at Dell.com/deals. UNICEF does not endorse any company, brand, product, or service.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Business owners and professionals face special challenges in divorce court. In addition to everything else going on, they have to contend with allegations that they are earning more than they are, coupled with claims on their business or practice itself. Clients with assets depend on their divorce lawyer skills in these matters, and that's why it's so important to hire someone that has those skills.
1455 Frazee Road, Suite 1050, San Diego, California, 92108. CordellCordell.com.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Sounds like a safe space to me. Ladies and gentlemen, the voice of reason is on fire tonight. We have a great topic. Safe space. Right? We need to create love rituals, man. If I have a communication problem, I don't, maybe I'm competitive. Maybe I'm combative, right? And say I've been that way first 10 years of our relationship. And then we go to therapy and I get a revelation that the way I talk has been demeaning, right? Denigrating, marginalizing, right? To my significant other. I do believe that there can be some work done to undo what has been done. Right? A lot of times we think, we just stop doing it and move on. The effects are still there, though. Oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes we think sorry is enough. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Sometimes you got to actually put the work in the opposite direction of what you've been doing. And if what you've been doing has led to a negative result, then do the opposite so we can get some positivity going. So I believe that there are so many unconscious negative rituals happening in our relationships. When I say rituals, I mean routines, I mean behaviors, I mean thought, word, and deed, being in sync, right? Being negative towards our partner. You've heard the biggest phrase I've heard, or the best phrase I've heard that fits this, is sleeping with the enemy. That's not a safe space. You want a long-lasting relationship? Trust me. You got to create a safe space. Consistent love rituals hold the power to magnify the psychological benefits here. What are the psychological benefits? Well, the pursuit of creating a safe space for vulnerability is profoundly rewarding. It cultivates emotional intimacy, a connection that transcends physical proximity. It allows partners to truly see and be seen by each other if we're doing love rituals, right? Right? This level of intimacy nourishes the human need for attachment. It engenders feelings of security and trust. The act of shared fears. Listen, us sharing our fears with each other is building intimacy, building bonds, right? Sharing our insecurities and our dreams in an environment free from judgment reinforces the authenticity of partnership, leading to profound emotional satisfaction and relationship satisfaction. Consistent love rituals, it definitely holds the power to magnify these psychological benefits. Rituals create a tangible framework that conveys love, care, and commitment. The predictability of these rituals nurtures a sense of safety and consistency. Let me just stop there. Listen. Kobe Bryant is in the gym, man, at 5 a.m. That's a ritual. You hear Tony Robbins talks about rituals. Do you know they used to bring Tony Robbins in to help basketball players shoot? I think he also helped Byron Scott. Right? And what did he do? He created a ritual. Right? When I say ritual, don't let the negative connotation make you think devil worship, evil. Oh, that's that old newfangled African. Don't do that. That's not what it is. A ritual. If you've got negative routines, negative behaviors that have shaped your outlook, how you deal with women, brothers, how you deal with brothers, sisters, if you have a negative belief system in place, all I'm asking you to do is create a positive ritual to replace it. Could your relationship benefit from that? In my opinion, it could. You remember that book, 7 Habits of, The 7 Habits of Successful People? Right? You remember that? There's another one out there, the 177, The 177 world-class ideas of the world class, or something like that. There's a whole book out there by Steve Seibold. I think that's what it's called. The 177. Basically, it's thoughts and words from the most successful people in the world talking about their habits. If you got a habit of disrespect, if you got a habit of marginalization, you got a habit of competitive and combative communication, it stands to reason to me that all you have to do is create a positive ritual. If you just when you call in, you can tell me, what do you do that actually pushes people away from you? That is a ritual. Let's get the callers in, man. I'm excited. Let's go. Attila from Houston, Texas. Get in here.
Oh, man, I didn't realize it was going to come up that fast. What's going on, Uncle Joe? How are you?
You know I'm on one right now. You already know what it is. I'm on one. Talk to me, Niecy Pooh. What do you think about tonight's topic?
Oh, man, it's definitely giving me some food for thought. So something that I haven't really heard anybody mention is the daily distractions that we have, right? The TV, the phone, Instagram, all of that. Like, if I could do anything for like a weekly ritual, it would be one day where it's just nothing, no communication with the outside world whatsoever, no Instagram, no social media, nothing.
But
just,
are we talking?
focusing on each other.
Are we talking to each other?
Absolutely. Well, I'm getting to that part.
Yeah.
So, something that a friend of mine brought up once, I was in like a long distance thing, and something that she said to me really kind of spoke to me. She said, well, why don't you think about like writing letters? She's like, it might sound corny, but you're more of an introvert. You express yourself through writing, so maybe that would be something interesting. Now, we never got to that part, but I think about that now, like the ability to express yourself in like multiple ways. So talking through not talking, like writing or something that's, I don't know, creative even, to express how you feel about your partner, I think would be good. And then also allowing that person to essentially get whatever it is that's on their mind and in their heart out without you saying a word at all.
So if you hear, and I love the stuff you're giving me right now. So you remember the show I did on the play dates?
Yes.
Okay. So that's one thing we can do, right? To reinforce the bond that we have. We set up play dates to go have fun, to go chill, right? To go enjoy ourselves. We set up those. The other piece is the spiritual piece, right? We I've said this before. We do family devotionals, right? Where we bring in maybe the family reverend with the family therapist, maybe the family imam with the family therapist, and we really dig in and work out a few things, right? And then the other piece that I'm bringing to the table tonight is love rituals in good times. Now, I've laid out 3 things, right? Ask yourself a question. How many people, couples you know that are doing any of those?
Oof. Very, very few. I probably know. I can count on one hand. Probably one couple that I know.
And all I'm saying is, those are 3 things to do. I'm sure we could cultivate more, right? But those are 3 things to do in order to keep your relationships healthy during good times, right? Cool. So you'll have a storehouse kind of saved up for when the relationship is going south, right? Now we can have moments we can look back and say, remember that time during, our gratitude moment where we turned off everything and we just focused. Do you get what I'm saying? It's easy for people to walk away from people today because we don't have any of these constructs really set up in our relationships in order to sustain them. This is why people are saying love is not enough. This is why people can say, you know what, to the left, there's another you coming in a second, because nobody is really doing any real work. Does that make sense? Am I off?
No, it's perfect. No, you're exactly right. I mean, and doing the work at the same time.
Stay with me. Stay with me, Attila. Attila, stay with me. Don't go nowhere. When we come forward, the voice of reason, we getting somewhere. We still got a lot to talk about. Let's do it.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. Former Trump Chief of Staff Mark Meadows is asking a federal judge to block his arrest in the Georgia election case. Lawyers for Meadows filed the request Tuesday in federal court in Atlanta, Georgia. They argue Meadows should not be required to surrender for booking in the case by Friday while he fights to have the matter moved to federal court. About 1 in every 5 women are mistreated while receiving maternal care, and close to a third face discrimination. That's according to a new CDC report. Those experiences are even more common for Black, Hispanic, or multiracial mothers. About 30% of them faced mistreatment, and 40% said they were discriminated against. Serena Williams is welcoming her second child into the world. The tennis icon and her husband announced today that their house is teeming with love for their second daughter. And that is the latest. I'm Doug Davis from the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Lowe's knows how to save pros time and money. Right now, take up to 40% off select bathroom vanities. Plus, get free local truck delivery. Lowe's knows pros. Offer valid 8/10 through 8/23 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcasts of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader.
Oh my God.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The Dell Technologies Back to School event is on with deals on top tech for class, hobbies, and more. Now, when you buy, you support a cause. With every eligible purchase, Dell will donate to UNICEF in support of GIGA, a UNICEF ITU global initiative to connect schools across the globe to the internet. Accidental damage protection included. Get rare deals on select laptops and desktops powered by the latest Intel Core processors. Save now at Dell.com/deals. UNICEF does not endorse any company, brand, product, or service.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take ZzzQuil.
ZzzQuil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with ZzzQuil nights. Explore our products at ZzzQuil.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine. It can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Turn it off. Ain't nobody feeling like that. You blow my mind. What? Hey, you got to be safe. But the man said, I feel alive. You know how many people in a relationship suffering right now because they can't speak their truth? It's not a safe space to say how they really feel. How many people just really sit and think for a second? God, if I really said what I want to say. And I didn't even say how you want to say it. I said what you want to say. We did not even talk about how you want to say it. Because oftentimes we so focused on how we going to say it that we mess up what we need to say. But there are a lot of people in relationships, because it's not a safe space, they can't really speak. This is tough. Listen, crafting a safe space for vulnerability within a partnership, it's multifaceted, of course. It deals with your partner's upbringing, your religious beliefs, your political beliefs, your education, your monies, and everything is how you were raised, your attachment style, your communication style. It brings everything into play. We know that. But we do know the benefits of creating love rituals to sustain the quality of your relationship will work. It will work. It requires the unlearning of societal constructs and the courage to confront past wounds. The psychological benefits that stem from such vulnerability is profound. Emotional intimacy, trust, connection that transcends words. The practice of consistent love rituals acts as a catalyst, fostering emotional closeness, unity, resilience, and ultimately a relationship marked by authentic connection and shared growth. But we don't want to create a sanctuary of emotional vulnerability. Some men think it's simping. Listen, if my woman is in my living room in some boy shorts after cooking dinner and she dancing and spinning around in front of the TV, that's a safe space. That ain't simping. If she's sitting on your couch with a turtleneck on, legs crossed, she looks uncomfortable in your place. You got work to do, man. There's a lot of women. It's a lot of women. She got 12 people who know where she is right now. Just in case something going. But let me just give you the quick story, Andy. About 6 years ago. No, it's about 7 years ago. A young lady I was dating from Texas. She's a police officer now. She comes to visit. I'm like, cool. Now, she didn't come to visit me. She came for a whole nother situation, and she reached out to me and said, yo, I'm in LA. She was like, I want to see you before I leave. I said, for sure. Let's make it happen. I go see her. Now, mind you, we never dated. You know, she was really just a fan of the show. And then we became friends. But never dated her. But I went to go see her for the first time. I go see her. She's a cop now. I go see her. She was staying at some crib, wait, like in Alhambra somewhere. Like, what you doing in Alhambra? Anyway, she come through. I go to her, pick her up. She gets in the car, and the first thing she said was, I'm okay being in your car, right? And I was like, is it the police in you? That's like, she was like, no, you got to ask nowadays. That's what she said, bro. Zoe, you cool. I watch your show. It's love, man. But I don't know. She said, you going to bring me back? What do you mean am I going to bring you back? Of what in the world? This was like 7 years ago. This is a real story that happened. And what I started to do was I'm looking around, I'm paying attention. Do you know there are a lot of women out there who are uncomfortable in the presence of men? Andy has something to say, and then I'm going back to Attila.
No, I just wanted to add in, the lady rocking your T-shirt as well. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
No, I'm just saying you were providing a story.
Uh-huh.
Girl with the booty shorts on. You know what I'm saying? But wearing your T-shirt as well too.
Oh yeah, she had the T-shirt.
That's
Yeah, that's fine. Wow. Okay. I said boy shorts, but you put the booty on it. But that's fine. It's the same thing. No, Andy was just saying, was she wearing my T-shirt as well as rocking the boy shorts? That's all. Andy's on some perv. Anyway, I'm just saying, brothers, is it simping to create a safe space for your woman? Brothers are afraid to be vulnerable, even with the woman they claim they love to death. I'm not finna talk to you, woman. Go ahead.
I wanted to share this clip with you. I don't have it on me, but Derek Jackson, he was on the podcast or whatnot. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or whatnot, with his situation. He gives dating advice, and, he got into a situation with his then wife, basically cheating or whatnot. But he was on this podcast, and he was just talking about how one of the reasons why he cheated was because, as he was giving his love, right, and his form of love was kind of aggressive. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say his girl comes from the supermarket or whatnot. He's the type to pick her up, grab her, and, just kind of manhandle her, right? And he didn't understand that was a trigger for her because of her being raped at one point in her life. But, she never really expressed that to him. He interpreted that as if, like, damn, I'm over here giving you all this love and you not receiving it. You know what I'm saying? And that was the reason why, he went ahead and did his thing. But I say all that to say that, was it a safe space for her? You know what I mean? She didn't communicate with that. She didn't communicate that with him. And he didn't understand it.
So let's get deep. Thank you for that. I needed that. Let's get deep on this. Number one, ladies, never. One of the biggest sins a woman could do. Where's Jill Monroe? Where's Jill at? Jill, come here. Come. Now, come on now. What's going on? Sit on down, Jill. Okay. Answer me this. Is one of the greatest sins a woman can commit against herself, is that not listening to her intuition?
I would say so, yeah. You're going against your best interest.
So when a man is faking, and it all look good on paper, in the presentation, but your spirit tap you on the shoulder and say something is ajar, do you listen?
Depends.
Ooh, come on.
So here's the thing, right? What is my future vision of this individual, right? If it is just a friend, casual situation, maybe not, because does it really concern me? Do I really want to make that commitment and get into the work that it might take to get through this, or the communication or whatever? You know, it's options and liabilities, I guess, isn't the thing. What economic principle? What is my favorite economic principle? I can't think of the name right now, but it's basically, is it something worth investing in? Is it worth getting in the conversation, getting in the situation, or are we cool where we're at and it's not really my concern?
But if your intuition says pump the brakes, no, do you go forward?
So me, at where I'm at today, no. But younger me, depending upon what the other things were that were circulating the situation, I might say, well, let's see. You know, but it depends on where you're at with yourself, what type of risk you're willing to take. So,
in your dating life, who made you the most comfortable, if you can remember him, and who made you the most uncomfortable?
I don't know who made me the most.
You ain't got to say his name.
No, listen. I already know. There's no need. We don't have exes in this life. We just have experiences. So no. I think a person that traits that make me comfortable, someone I can communicate with, right? Someone that you feel comfortable revealing yourself to, and you don't feel like later on down the line this could be used against you. So those are but you see that in your interactions or their interactions with other people. I think it's important to look at, not ask necessarily, but to look at and take on whatever the exits were, or how the exits went, and what the dialogue is about those situations. You know, if everybody is the enemy and terrible, you got to ask some questions, because those are those red flags or intuitions. You got to start connecting dots.
So this is why I'm asking these questions, because I have posited that men have lost some of the ability to make women comfortable.
100%.
I'm saying, if a woman can dance in your living room as if it was her house, you've created a safe space. And I don't think men know how to create safe spaces for women to be themselves. There are a lot of women in relationships that are afraid to speak up, to even speak up in advocacy of their partner because of how he might take it. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think that we're at a time where a lot of outside influence affects what we believe a mate is supposed to look like, or what a healthy relationship necessarily is. So when you're looking at a bunch of other people's reel or highlight reel, or what we think we're being fed, people don't take into account the real, what it takes to get there, the arguments. Like, everyone says they understand stuff is just for social media, but the way that they interact with each other suggests that they don't, because they're not willing to have, I don't believe in settling, but compromise is a different situation, and you get that through communication.
We love Jill Monroe, and in 10 minutes, she'll be back in the building cooking with that rarefied grease. Thank you, Jill Monroe. And you want to see her show, RSVP with Jill Monroe. She'll be up in just about
The
10
Voice.
minutes. Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, you see how she broke that down? Sometimes women ignore their intuition. That's the greatest sin a woman can commit against herself. Listen to your intuition. Now, let me come back to the Derek Jackson piece. Listen, Derek Jackson, I don't want to go in. I don't like disrespecting nobody. But listen, one of the biggest flaws in the way women deal with relationship information is that it got to sound good. And y'all got duped, because he said everything y'all wanted to hear. And you know what he did? He showed you how powerful the relationship thespian actually is. He's a relationship actor. He came on, told everybody what they should be doing, how they wrong for doing what they are doing, and he doing everything under the sun. And then when he comes out, because my girl made me watch the video, when he comes back out, he wants to low-key backhanded blame the sister he cheated on. Okay? Listen, hey, it's a performer. He is no different than Rachel Dolezal. Rachel Dolezal acting black. He was acting like a therapist. Do it like I do it, bro. I'm not a therapist. I'm a failure at relationships. Let's start there. I'm broken, I'm wounded, but I'm gifted. Let's start there. I'm gifted with a gift. Can we stay there? Don't come in here and say, let me tell you now, I got on this tight muscle shirt, and I'm going to say everything y'all want to hear. Sister Bear, leave that man alone, because a real man would do this, that, and the third. No disrespect to the brother, but I'm telling you, it ain't his fault for taking advantage of your gullibility. You just wanted to hear something great. But let me tell you something. Mining something great is better than hearing it. Because when you mine it, that means you dug it up yourself. You cultivated it yourself. You found it. What we doing? We waiting to hear a good word instead of cultivating a good word. Now, when I come forward, I'm going back to my final two callers.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
When you're young, life is full of choices. Don't let opioids like highly addictive and deadly fentanyl take away your life with just one wrong pill. Addiction is a disease that can affect anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help for this disease. Find medically proven treatment options, including virtual, at choosemat.org.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new place. Nothing is every day.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, such as fever, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough, or if you plan to or recently received a vaccine.
With Skyrizi, you could achieve 90% clearer skin. Ask your doctor about the #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic in psoriasis and visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Gentlemen, the Voice of Reason back in the building. You already know what it is. My playlist is my co-host live from KBLA Talk 1580 in the heart of Leimert Park. The VOR is always on fire, and tonight's topic is no exception. I'm telling you, we need to do some weekly or monthly rituals to reinforce our relationships. That's what tonight's topic is about. Reinforcing your relationships during the good times. Man, my girl asked me a question, told me up. She said, can you name a moment that you are proud of in our relationship? I said, wow. But after a while, I came up with several moments. But the question was profound. And it made me think, man, what are we doing to cultivate this thing? What are we doing to nurture it? Attila, get back in here and give me your final thought.
I mean, I don't really have much to add, but stay accountable and stay loving. That's it.
What you laughing at, though? That's what I want to know.
You?
What did I do?
Y'all cracking me up. Y'all just funny. I don't know. Y'all funny.
All right, love. We appreciate the call. Thank you for bringing Houston, Texas in the building. Let me get over to Battle Creek and wrap it up. OG status.
Peace and love to the family and nations, honor soul, staff, everybody. Listen, we don't have time to flesh this out, but I'm going to have to fall back on what you said multiple times, though. What is the value of a man besides his wallet? And you've always thrown it toward the men and said, listen, if you're leading with your wallet and not your presence and not your essence, there's a problem.
Keep going.
There's absolutely a problem. Listen, I don't have time to go into the cave, the cocoon, and whether
you keep going. You got time. Go. I'll stop you.
whether going in the cocoon is right and all of that. Listen, here's the thing, sisters. How much of femininity that you have, exude, or no, respectfully, that will make a man create a safe space for you automatically without you even asking. There's a power in femininity that transforms your complete environment, especially with a self-knowledge man.
Andy,
knowledge of self. We ain't got time.
Quick.
Go ahead, Zo.
Andy just said you backhanded, and you backhanding the women. Because you low-key putting it on the woman, man. We both have that power. That's what Andy's saying.
No. Listen, there's a difference between a chick that you're dealing with and a chick that you want to deal with. Because the femininity, listen, with the femininity, the wallet, the debit card.
Okay, wait. I gotta go now. But
peace and love to the Federation. Listen, we ain't have enough time because we would destroy this. Peace and love to the Federation. Please stay safe and dangerous. Don't y'all play me, Andy. Love, respect. Get out.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to the Voice of Reason. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. Up next, you already know, RSVP with Jill Monroe. The fire continues. We got a lot to talk about.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Doug Davis, and here's the